Hello, everybody. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, sports fans. Hello, hockey fans. Hello, BC Hockey. Hello, teams, coaches, athletes, officials. I want to welcome you to the 2023 BC Hockey Annual Banquet. Here in beautiful Penticton. I just flew in this morning from Victoria. It was pouring rain in Victoria. This is what about this spectacular view, hey guys? What do you think? Woo! My name is Myra Lawrence. I'm your MC this evening. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I ended up on this stage in front of all you wonderful people in a little bit. But first, as I said, I wanted to welcome you to this banquet, the great people and the teams that have made outstanding contributions to Hockey BC and Yukon. Before anything, we respectfully acknowledge that we are located on the unceded lands of the Syilx Okanagan people. We are eternally grateful to the original peoples of this land for our presence and the ability to share their lands where we work, live, and play. So how did I end up here? Unless your name is Cam Hope or Jeff Harris, you have probably no idea who I am. But I had the pleasure of working with these fine gentlemen back in Victoria in my hockey days. I've been chosen to be your MC this evening, thankfully, because I am a third-generation broadcaster. My grandfather was in radio, my father was in radio, and somehow I ended up following their footsteps and getting back into media as well. Once upon a time, I ran the sports department at CTV in Victoria on Vancouver Island. Obviously, we know where that is. And I did that for many, many years. And that was my heart, that was my passion, that was my love. And I got to cover everything from elementary school cross-country meets to Team Canada hockey training camp in Kelowna with Jerome McGinley and Steve Yzerman, who I have an unhealthy crush on, and Wayne Gretzky was the GM at the time, and the 2010 Olympics. So I've been blessed to be able to meet so many wonderful people through the world of sports. In late 2014, I left media. I missed the game. I was out of the game. I missed it for a few years, and then I decided that I wanted to get back into it, so I applied to work at Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver to be part of the startup of their new radio all sports talk channel. Did the morning show, got the job somehow, I don't know, but then it was like I was part of the sports talk radio show on the morning, and then it was like I liked it, but I also missed being on the beat. I missed being around people, so then I went on the Canucks beat and I covered the Canucks season. I know plenty of you have heard from my good friend Corey Hirsch, who I met through my time at Sportsnet 650, who was here as your keynote yesterday, so that was really good. The thing is, though, is that I missed the island, I missed my connections, I missed my community, so I went back to Victoria knowing that my term in media was over and that was fine. I was going to leave it all behind me. I was going to go back into working in the nonprofit sector. I did that, and then if you would have it, media comes calling back for you. Like, you know The Godfather 3, where it's like, just when you think you're out, they pull you back in. So I am pulled back into media. I now am a co-host of a morning radio show on Ocean 98.5 in Victoria. You can get it on your Radio Player Canada app if you want. It's the kind of music that you hear at your dentist's office or your doctor's office or all of that kind of stuff. We're the safe music. So my co-host also is incredibly hilarious. He is not a sports guy at all, and he calls me the sports girl. So sometimes he'll try to like throw a curveball at me. He's like, okay, sports girl, I got something for you. Like, all right, give it to me. Name me the 2 leagues in professional sports that have retired a number throughout the league. There's 2. Anybody know? Anybody know? Two sports. Okay, hockey and baseball. Cam? Yeah? And who are they? 99 and 42, Wayne Gretzky and Jackie Robinson, of course. I was like, come on, man, get out of here. So I try to weave in a little bit of sports whenever I can in my show. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And I really want to thank Cam and Jeff for inviting me to be here. To be part of this, to be able to talk sports with like-minded people. That's a little bit about me, but enough about me. This is about looking back at the year that was, and as I said, the coaches, the teams, the players, the officials, the volunteers, and everything that you have done to make a contribution to hockey in our great province. So first of all, I would like to start off with a 2022-2023 BC Hockey Highlights. Direct your attention to the screens, please. There were many things that we can be proud of this year in 2022 and 2023. So many accomplishments from our BC athletes and everybody involved. Let me start with our high performance Team Canada athletes. Our male U16 team, BC made the province proud this year, finishing 4th at the 2023 Canada Winter Games. Our female U18 team made history at the 2023 Canada Winter Games, claiming the first ever gold medal for Team BC at the Canada Winter Games. BC hockey players made a splash internationally, were the players who were selected to represent Canada on the international stage. There were 5 on the under-18 men's team. Macklin Celebrini, Andrew Kostal, Lucas Dragozevich, Ty Haliburton, and Matthew Wood. The Women's World Championship had 2 BC residents on their team, Sarah Pottermack and Micah Zandy Hart, who claimed a gold medal during the 2022 Women's World Championship in September 2022. Oh, but we're not finished yet. We got a long way to go. 2023, the Men's World Championship, Milan Lucic and Brad Hunt claimed the gold medal at the 2023 Men's World Championship. Woo! We had 4 members of the Women's National U18 team that had a gold medal at the 2023 Women's U18 World Championship. Jordan Baxter, Gracie Graham, Morgan Jackson, and Maya Sarakeni. And our World Junior team, 6. There were 6 members of the 2022-2023 World Junior team that both teams took gold medals. Caden Bunkier, Connor Bedard. Have anybody heard about? Oh, okay, that guy. Okay. Dylan Garand, Kenda Johnson, Thomas Millick, and Logan Stankoven. All in all, we were able to crown 20 minor championship teams along with senior and junior championships. Congratulations honestly to all the communities and championship teams on a great accomplishment, and what a great year. Now, before we move on to our formal awards ceremony, it is important that we take a moment and take some pause to look back at some of the individuals that we have lost in our hockey family this past season. I will ask that you direct your attention to the video screens to pay tribute and memoriam to some of the people that we have lost this year. Thank you very much. First for our awards recognition will be our Hockey Canada Officiating Awards. BC Hockey has some outstanding officials from the national level to minor hockey. Here are the recipients of the Hockey Canada Officiating Awards.
The recipients of the 2023 Hockey Canada Officiating Awards are, from most deserving, Roy Kazuki, Williams Lake Minor Hockey. For most promising, Erica Dennis, Kamloops Minor Hockey Association. And for most improved, Dana Edamura, Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association. Congratulations to the recipients of the 2023 Hockey Canada Officiating Awards.
I will gladly accept this award on their behalf. We don't have anybody in attendance this evening, but we will be sure to make sure that this award gets to the right people, and congratulations. Oh, well, let's go. Come on, young sir. The stairs are this way.
Hello. My grandpa, Roy Kazuki, he was 80 years old, and he's been reffing for about 45 years. So I think that's pretty cool, because I don't really know how he did it with all the I mean, being a ref for that long, that must be hard, I guess. I guess I'm trying to take in his footsteps, being a ref. I don't think I'll be able to do it for that long, but yeah, but that's amazing, so yeah.
Let's get the award for you and get a picture. This is your grandfather? Okay. Can we get the award for him? All right. Can we get a picture? Okay. Me? All right. Thank you. Well, lucky me. How did I end up with that honor? Congratulations to your grandfather. And maybe 80 years in the game won't be such a big thing. Sure. Awesome. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, we're moving on to the Mike Landucci Development Officiating Award. And this is presented to an administrator that has shown dedication on helping officials develop. Here is this year's award winner.
The winner of the Mike Landucci Development Award, officiating, is Galen Brewer from Wanda Fuca Minor Hockey Association. The development of referees is an ongoing and challenging program for many, but Wanda Fuca Minor Hockey has been blessed for many years to have the dedicated Galen Brewer as the association's referee-in-chief. He provides an amazing experience for the young officials within the association and the veteran officials as well. Wanda Fuca MHA President Harold Blumenthal went as far to say that Galen asks for very little in return and deserves recognition for his contributions to the association over the years. He adds, "I have rarely seen a more profound response to a job given at an MHA end. Galen's passion for developing officials is admirable, and it shows in the many successes of the individual officials he has mentored over the years." Congratulations, Galen, on receiving the Mike Landucci Development Award officiating.
Thank you very much. To my left is Chuck Campbell, a board member here at BC Hockey, and I present the Mike Landucci Development Award officiating to Galen Brewer from Wanda Fuca Minor Hockey Association.
I had to write this down. I'll try not to be a mush bag that I normally am. First, I'd like to say I'm humbled. Anyway, first I'd like to say thank you to my association for their support, if I need anything for officiating. Our president, Harold Blumenthal, he said to me a few years ago, he said, "We put players out and they practice 2 or 3 times a week and then they go play a game. We give our officials a 4-hour clinic and we expect they're going to call a perfect game. That doesn't work." And so our association has put their resources into helping us develop officials. I've been honored, so I couldn't be more happy to be thankful that I've been a part of those kids, helping them develop as they've grown throughout their career. I never had the privilege of knowing Mike Landucci, but I heard about his story. It was magnificent, it was terrific, and I'm honored to have received this award. I'd like to say thank you to the officials past and present that I had the opportunity to work with, and then finally to the most patient, supportive human being on the planet, my amazing wife, Tammy. To all of you, I simply say thank you. My heart's full of gratitude.
Beautiful. Our next award is the Development Award, Coaching, which is for the service to the National Coaching Certification Program in BC Hockey. The purpose of this award is to annually acknowledge outstanding service by a volunteer who has devoted his or her time to assist coaching within BC Hockey.
The winner of the Development Award, Coaching, is Kurt Corman. Kurt calls Kelowna, BC home and holds many responsibilities within the coaching program in BC Hockey. He is the district coach coordinator for Okanagan South and is a clinic facilitator and evaluator for both the Okanagan North and Okanagan South regions. He has been integral in the development of many coaches in the province throughout his 20-plus years of service. Kurt recently retired from his full-time job of teaching, but his impact in the classroom continues on as he has facilitated countless Coach 1, Coach 2, Development 1, and specialty clinics both online and in person. His coach mentorship stretches further than just in the classroom as he marks Development 1 written assignments and completes field evaluations along with training new clinic facilitators and evaluators. Corman also serves as a member of the Sport Quality Observation Team and the Coaching Advisory Group for BC Hockey. Congratulations, Kurt.
And joining me on stage is board member Steve Phipps to present the Development Award Coaching to Kurt Corman from Kelowna Minor Hockey Association.
Hello. It's an honor to be receiving this award. As I told Dave Cunning, I don't think I was deserving of it because it's just what I do. And I guess I look forward to the next year and working with all the coaches that you'll be sending me as far as putting on to the Zoom calls and working on Coach 1, Coach 2, and development. And it's a passion and it's joy and it's something that I love doing, so I'm going to continue doing it. And thank you to all those coaches that have volunteered to be a part of coaching hockey here in British Columbia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kurt, and congratulations on your award. I have this saying that I say that many of you say. It's like old dad joke, and I say it at work. Oh, safety never takes a holiday. Safety never takes a holiday. So we're gonna go to the safety award now. The safety award is awarded for outstanding service or innovation in the safety, mental health, or personal well-being field.
The winner of the BC Hockey Safety Award is Michael Liu. Mike is a volunteer trainer with the Greater Vancouver Comets program in the BC EHL. Despite being a full-time student at the University of British Columbia and an athlete himself, Mike always attends the Comets games, home and away, and consistently shows dedication to the team and assisting the players within the program. Mike goes above and beyond for the members of his team, from sending personalized care plans to players for every individual injury to taking care of the entire team for 4 days while on the road and a stomach bug hitting the team. One of his players stated that Mike is a calm person. When you are scared from an injury, he can calm you down and ensure that you will be all right. He's also a positive role model who cheers us for every game. Congratulations, Michael, on receiving the 2023 BC Hockey Safety Award.
Please welcome back board member Steve Phipps to present Safety Award to Michael Liu from the Greater Vancouver Comets.
All right, I'll try my best to keep this short. I want to start by thanking BC Hockey. It's an honor to be receiving this award. Words really can't describe how much this means to me. Thank you to my parents for dealing with my 5 a.m. wake-ups and not really questioning why a university student was consistently coming home around midnight. Thank you to our head coach Mel Chu and our GM Shannon Morris-Reed for giving me the opportunity to help out this season. Your belief in me has been everything. A big thank you to all the players and parents of the Greater Vancouver Comets. I do what I do because of you. Thank you for trusting me and dealing with my humor. About a year ago, I was told that as a student trainer with UBC, I was told I wasn't good enough, that I didn't improve enough and just wasn't enough to be with my team. As someone who's aiming to be an athletic therapist in the future, it became the source of many of my insecurities. Was I making a mistake? How can I fail here when my peers aren't? Countless questions about my own abilities and competence have since plagued me. Proving that opinion wrong became a great motivator, but for all intents and purposes, it was short-term motivation. Within my first month with the Comets, I felt valued, understood, and capable. What working with the Comets gave me was the privilege to prove people right. From them all, I was given trust, belief, and faith in everything that I did. I was given the comfort to be myself, and that gave me the most sustainable source of motivation that I could ever ask for. It's made every single rush hour drive from UBC to Coquitlam feel easy. At its core, they reminded me why I wanted to work as an AT in hockey. I've been able to watch these girls become better hockey players and even better people this year. I don't want to see them unable to fulfill their potential because of injuries and miss out on defining moments in their lives. If there was only one person I helped keep or return to the ice to keep pursuing their goals in and out of hockey, then I think all my work has been worth it. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for your contributions to hockey, and also for being my ride mate from the airport today. That's when I got to meet Michael and learn about the incredible man that he is. So, well-deserved award. Our next award is the BC Hockey Official of the Year Award. Now, the Official of the Year Award is given to an official that meets this following criteria: carded for the current year, exemplifies dedication and support for the BC Hockey officiating program, BC Hockey, and Hockey Canada rules and regulations. They contribute to hockey other than for on-ice requirements and combine leadership and ability both on and off the ice. Here is your Official of the Year Award winner.
The recipient of the Official of the Year Award is Grady Hamilton. Grady has been part of the BC Hockey Officiating Development Program for nearly a decade. Following many successes as a young official in minor hockey in Duncan, BC, Grady progressed to skating Junior B and Junior A hockey as a teenager. His officiating was a subject of high praise by colleagues, players, coaches, and officiating mentors. Shortly after finding success in his Junior A career, Grady was hired by the Western Hockey League as a referee at 18 years old. Following the COVID break, Grady was hired by the American Hockey League and began his pro hockey officiating journey. The 2022-23 season has epitomized Grady's rise within the officiating world, with double IHF assignments at the Helenka Gretzky Cup and World Junior Championship, where he skated the bronze medal games at both events. To build on this, Grady has continued to skate important games within his respective leagues, with Grady being the youngest referee in over a decade to be selected for both the third round of the AHL playoffs and the Ed Chynoweth Cup in the WHL. In addition to this, he has added a second Fred Page Cup to his resume during the 2022-23 season. Grady's outstanding season is only matched by his presence as an outstanding role model and mentor of young officials, his ability to lead by example, and the respect he has garnered from the national and international officiating communities exemplifies why he earned the BC Hockey Official of the Year Award for his record-breaking achievements in hockey this season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage Andrew Jacobite on the board of BC Hockey to present the Official of the Year Award to Grady Hamilton from Cowichan Minor Hockey Association.
This is a little different. Normally I get booed when my name's announced, but no, since day one, I think BC Hockey has been an unbelievable supporter, influencer, helper for students of the game like myself. From those early days in Cowichan Valley Minor Hockey, the support and the encouragement and everything has just been unbelievable. I've been lucky enough to attend a few like national, whatever, international events throughout my young career so far, and it always seems like on those playoff games, the big assignments on the last day, the medal games, whatever, there's always at least 1 to 2 BC Hockey officials in those games, and I think that's just a huge testament to the program that guys like Sean Raphael and everyone else, Larry Kraus, missing so many names, but it's just what they've built, and they should be extremely proud, and I'm proud to say that I grew up in the BC Hockey officiating program, so thank you to everyone.
Congratulations, Grady. Also a seatmate of mine in our pickup from the airport. So my new best friend as well, right? So yeah, Grady and I tight. Moving on, the BC Hockey Ernie Gare Coach of the Year Award is awarded to BC's top coach who shows leadership to players, demonstrates skill development, and has a sound philosophy. Winning is a consideration, but not the only one, and not the most important one. This award is given in memory of the late Ernie Gare of Nelson. Ernie Gare demonstrated what BC Hockey feels were the ideal elements of a coach.
The winner of the Ernie Gare BC Hockey Coach of the Year Award is Blaine Marquardt. Last summer, Blaine had a spinal disc injury and was unable to work and was barely able to walk, but he made it his goal to be back on the ice to coach his first year of rep hockey with the U13 Kitimat MHA Tier 4 team. After a tough start to the season, Blaine brought the team together and coached the team to top spot in the Northwest District League and the Northwest Zone Championship banner, booking the team a place in the U13 Tier 4 Championship. Not only did they win the BC Hockey Championship, but they also won it with 67 goals scored and only 7 against, along with the lowest penalty minutes by any team at their championship, giving them the Fair Play Award as well. This was the first BC Hockey Championship victory for Kitimat MHA at any level in 22 years. Congratulations, Blaine, on earning the Ernie Gare BC Hockey Coach of the Year Award.
Welcome to the stage, board member Neil McNabb, to present the Ernie Gare Coach of the Year Award to Blaine Marquardt from Kitimat Minor Hockey Association. It's a big one, hey? Get your muscles going there.
I got it on my phone. Technology. Well, good evening, everyone. First off, I'd like to acknowledge what a great honor it is to be receiving this Ernie Gare Coach of the Year Award. To have been selected amongst so many great coaches within BC Hockey is quite humbling. Thank you for this selection. Throughout the season, there's so many ups and downs, successes and failures. Without the support of an excellent staff, our accomplishments would not have been so possible. So to my staff, thank you for all the time, effort, support, and friendship, not only in the hockey atmosphere, but away from the game as well. I'd like to say thank you to Kitimat Minor Hockey as well for all the hard work they put behind the scenes. Without them, there is no hockey. Now to the kids. I've been around these players since they were about 5 to 6 years old. To see them grow into these amazing young hockey players makes me so proud to be their coach. Watching youth perform at such a high level and competing and succeeding brings a smile to my face from ear to ear. So thank you to all the players. It has been a privilege. I'd also like to thank my lovely wife and children. The winter is long and dreary where we live. With countless hours spent preparing for practices, games, as well as all the time at the arena and for us on the road. There have been a lot of late nights, conversations, and discussions spent with my wife, Leslie, discussing the weekend's games and how things would have went. She has been my rock all season, and she's been very supportive of my role as a coach for the past few years. So once again, thank you, Leslie. I love you. I'd also like to finish by congratulating all the award recipients this evening. It is truly an honor to be here with you tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You guys take this one back.
You can take them both, Coach.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach. Great speech. Our next award goes to the Program of Excellence Award, acknowledging outstanding service by a volunteer to the Program of Excellence.
The winner of the Program of Excellence Award is Chris Hogg. Chris has been an integral part of the female Team BC program for the last 3 seasons, spending the first year as an assistant coach and the last 2 as the team's head coach. He brought experience and coaching knowledge that not only benefited the players, but also the rest of the coaching staff. In 2021, Chris coached Team BC during a difficult time, having to deal with COVID restrictions and the cancellation of the 2021 National U18 Women's Championship, while also having to build a team under these circumstances. Not only was he successful, but the team was as well, as Team BC came out on top at the 2021 U18 Western Regional Women's Championship. This past season, Chris coached Team BC through a longer preparation process for the 2023 Canada Winter Games, which were held in PEI in February and March. Under his guidance, Team BC battled adversity and claimed the first ever gold medal for a female Team BC at the Canada Winter Games, which capped off a historic run as the program's head coach. Outside of the Team BC program, Chris is the head coach of the female U18 prep team at Rink Hockey Academy and has led the team to 3 straight CSSHL U18 Female Western Championships. Congratulations, Chris.
Please welcome back to the stage board member Neil McNabb and BC Hockey Program of Excellence Commissioner Fred Zveep to the stage to present the Development Award Program of Excellence to Chris Hogg.
Well, I didn't think I would have to make a speech, so I kind of just wrote it on the spot. But obviously, this is a Program of Excellence Award, and I think with the Female Program of Excellence, it has excellent people in it, and that's the reason why it succeeds. So I want to thank Fred Zweep, first of all, for running the program, and Brianna Davey as well, for heading that female program. Obviously, the countless volunteers that also go into that program as well. Although I'm accepting the award, there's lots of people and everybody in this room that probably helped out in that award on the officiating side, helping develop the girls throughout minor hockey, and then obviously through the high performance program. So thank you very much. Let's eat.
I'm not going to argue with that guy. Let's eat. I'm sure everybody's hungry about this time. So this is the time of the program where we're going to take a pause and have some dinner. Everybody enjoy your meal. Your meal will be served to your table, and then we'll start our awards ceremony back after the good folks at our resort feed and water you, and we'll be back momentarily around 8 o'clock. We're going to move on with our banquet now. We're going to have a dessert service that's going to take place right now, but we want to move things along. How about a round of applause for our friends here at Lakeside Resort staff for like a great meal. They've been working hard for days. I know Carol I met when I was doing a mic check earlier today. She and I sang Sweet Caroline up here on the microphone. So her and her staff have really been taking care of our BC hockey folks throughout the conference, the AGM, and tonight. So that's great. But before we get back into BC Hockey Awards, let's take a moment to look back at the year that was. We want to show a few videos.
First shift is no gear, no experience, no problem. It's all focused on fun and on making you comfortable on the ice. You leave with a set of gear, a bunch of new friends, and some skills that you might take into hockey for the rest of your life. And if not, you got to have fun for 6 weeks.
My son Joshua started showing some interest in hockey, so my friend has a kid in Cloverdale Minor Hockey who told me about First Shift, so we signed him up.
For the Indigenous program, we have had BC Hockey and Bauer partner so that we're able to offer it for free to that group. For us, it's important to take actions in regards to reconciliation as well, and this is one of the ways that we're able to do that. The welcome ceremony that we have is truly meaningful, and everybody feels blessed after that.
Benjamin, I love that jersey. The coaches are really energetic, really friendly, and it's really great for kids, no matter how comfortable they are with the ice. You could see that the coaches were working with each of them, making them feel as comfortable as they can.
Today I played hockey for the first time. My favorite part today was learning how to skate.
First shift really reaches the areas of our community where they're worried about hockey. They think hockey is expensive, time-consuming. I think any kind of learn-to-play program for any sport is important for children, just to kind of have a taste of what it's like, and then if they discover they love it, that's a bonus.
I love hockey.
My name is Brendan Parker. I have cerebral palsy.
Of course, life has been a little more challenging for us than most, but from an early age, he had a great love of hockey. From being a baby, Brendan was brought to hockey games with us. Baron was a NHL linesman, and so we were always at the games, and he'd be in my arms. So it just came from there, really. He's always been around the ice, around the momentum, around anything to do with hockey.
Minor hockey is built up of volunteer coaches. We have a great opportunity for anybody that has challenges. Brendan has his challenges, and I think it's a really inspiration that if you truly love this game of hockey like he does, there's a spot for you here in minor hockey.
The reason Brendan enjoys volunteering his time for hockey is he feels that he's a part of something. He's part of a community.
Let's go, Brendo. Brendo, he's a big inspiration to all of us. Before the games, when he comes in and talks, it really pumps the team up, makes them want to play better. We all get hyped.
Last year, the Cloverdale Colts were the U15 A1 provincial champions in BC. It was just a great group of people, and Brendan's contributions were huge for the team.
that moment was just absolutely fantastic.
It was a great high and one I think Brendan will never ever forget.
It goes to show you that no matter your situation, you can still have a really good day, or life isn't as bad as you think it is. And I think Brendan really inspires our kids to live life as best as possible.
The whole team that's part of Cloverdale Colts, BC Hockey, that have been so open-minded to allow a man in a wheelchair to come along and do his coaching certification, they've just been so supportive.
If you have classes for the game, please get involved.
Beautiful, beautiful video. BC Hockey is guided by a core ideology that is comprised of the mission and the values. The mission sets our direction. Lead, develop, and promote positive lifelong hockey experiences. Our values guide us.
Fun.
Integrity.
Teamwork.
Excellence.
Integrity. Teamwork.
Excellence.
Fun. Teamwork.
Integrity.
Fun.
Teamwork.
Integrity.
Fun. Excellence.
What a great video to highlight what BC Hockey stands for and the mission statement. I think we can all agree that volunteers make the hockey world go round. Hockey's success comes on the back of our volunteers. Countless numbers of people give back to the game over and over again, whether it's selling 50/50s or billeting players. It just never ends. During National Volunteer Week, which fell in April, the following individuals were honored as Fred Heslop Minor Hockey Award recipients.
The recipients of the 2023 Fred Heslop Minor Hockey Awards are Brendan Caron, Greater Vernon Minor Hockey Association; Mike Forward, Kitimat Minor Hockey Association; Doug Geiger, Lumbee Minor Hockey Association; Sonny Cack, Burnaby Winter Club; and Teresa Phillips, Vanderhoof Minor Hockey Association.
Well then, Lisa Phillips, eh? Woo! Congratulations to them all, and I hope they enjoyed receiving their award, which took place back in April. We're moving on to the Frank Spring Award. Minor Hockey Association of the Year Award is recognized by BC Minor Hockey in honor of Frank Spring, past president and life member of BC Hockey. This award is awarded annually to the Minor Hockey Association judged to have made an outstanding contribution to its community by providing a properly organized program where a youngster can learn the basic skills and the fundamentals of good hockey.
The recipient of the Frank Spring Award, Minor Hockey Association of the Year, is Capital Region Minor Hockey Association. Starting with 217 players when the association was first established in 2019, Capital Region completed the current season with 295 players, plus another 28 non-registered players in development-only programs. This was thanks in large part to their NHL, NHLPA first shift programs that the association ran, which offer new hockey players the chance to try hockey and receive a full set of equipment. Altogether, the association has put on 6 SO Fun Day 6-session programs and 4 first shift programs in the 4 seasons since its establishment. One of the highlights of the season for the association is when the U18A team won 4 tournament gold medals and the district championship. They advanced to the championship game of the BC Hockey U18 Female Championship and came away with silver medals. The team were medalists in all events they entered. Leah Koulis took over as referee-in-chief this season and has increased the complement of officials in the association, so much so that by the last few months of the 2022-23 season, over 90% of the games were officiated by an all-female crew. Congratulations, Capital Region Minor Hockey.
Please welcome board member Haley Callison to present the Frank Spring Minor Hockey Association of the Year Award to Capital Region Female Minor Hockey Association.
Thank you, Mira. And on behalf of our 24 board members, 150 team-based volunteers, and now over 300 players, we want to thank Haley and the rest of the selection committee for recognizing CRFMHA with this great honor. We'd like to begin by acknowledging that our athletes practice and compete on the traditional unceded territories of the Songhees, Esquimalt, Wasanich, and Tsuk nations, for which we are grateful. We would like to thank the staff at BC Hockey, including Jeremy Ainsworth, Brianna Davey, Keegan Goodrich, Jen Cheeseman, Cam Hope, and Julie Doble, for continued support this season, as well as acknowledging Barry Petrochenko and Ali Moore for their guidance in our formative years. We'd like to thank Stephanie White and the BC Hockey Board of Directors, and a special note of appreciation to Stephanie, John McMillan, Andrew Jacobite, Neil McNabb, Chuck Campbell, and Bill Green, who were on the board and showed us their confidence in the early months of 2019. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our registrar and BC Hockey Zone Lead for Vancouver Island, Laurie Wishart, who couldn't be here this evening. We wish she could have, but she's been a leader in female hockey development on the island for decades. We'd also like to thank Drew McDonald, who's been instrumental in his support this season and always for being such a great ambassador for female hockey. And as well, I would like to personally thank James Nadila and Larissa Lapierre and other female presidents for their guidance and support over the last few years. We also benefit greatly from ongoing collaboration and support with Micah Zandy Hart from the National Women's Team, and we acknowledge the support of our district. CRFMHA has taken a grassroots effort, a player-centered approach, and done it on a shoestring budget. Our first 3 seasons were adversely affected by the pandemic or interrupted, and so to be standing here today after really completing our first full season of hockey programming is really humbling. This season, we had significant advances in beginner programs, governance, administration, fundraising, social media, player development, officiating, and on-ice performance. On one end of the spectrum, as mentioned in the video, our U18 A team advanced to the provincial championship game, but on the other hand, and equally important, we registered 83 girls who were new to hockey this season, and that brought up our now up-to-date total of new to hockey players over 4 seasons to 279. And I'm happy to report that as of this afternoon, our current registration is 27% higher than it was on June 10th last year. So we continue to search for the next generation of players. And in closing, we'd like to again thank BC Hockey for this incredible honor, and thank you for letting us be the change in hockey.
What a great speech, and so great to hear that so many more youngsters are getting involved in hockey, especially young women. Moving on, so thank you so much. We would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that Team BC had great success at the 2023 National Aboriginal Hockey Championships in May. The men's team brought home the bronze medal. And the female team just narrowly missed the podium when they fell in double overtime in the bronze medal game. But a shout out for them, and what a valiant attempt. Which brings us to our Indigenous Impact and Legacy Award. This is given to individuals, team, league, or association that has demonstrated a commitment to increase Indigenous inclusivity and participation in the sport of hockey.
The recipient of the Indigenous Impact and Legacy Award is Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association. Reynolds Starr, BC Hockey's Indigenous liaison, has seen firsthand the hard work the Vancouver Female has done and long thought they deserve to be recognized for their efforts. Vancouver Female added an Indigenous Liaison Committee this past year, and this has springboarded many different initiatives and provided great leadership in the area of reconciliation. One of these initiatives was an Indigenous Jersey Crest design call for proposals. This initiative invited female Indigenous artists to apply to design a Jersey Crest for Vancouver Female IHA teams. Another initiative that Vancouver Female has put into action is their Indigenous Girls Come Try Hockey programs. These are free, fun, and safe sessions where equipment is provided and no previous hockey, skating, or sport experience is required. Participants could try hockey and learn more about Vancouver female teams. Vancouver Female also hosted their inaugural Female Hockey Festival in October, which brought together hundreds of female participants from across the province together. This weekend included female-only coaching and officiating clinics, along with a Come Try Hockey event. Congratulations to Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association.
Please welcome to the stage BC Hockey Indigenous Liaison Reynolds Star and board member Randy Henderson to present the Indigenous Impact and Legacy Award to Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association.
I'll do the talking, yeah. Hang on a sec. This is new for me. Thank you so much for this amazing award. Vancouver Female Hockey is proud to accept this for our efforts in engaging with our local Indigenous communities, the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh, I'm probably not saying that right, but nations in Vancouver. We want to thank Reynolds Star, the Indigenous Participation Working Group, and the BC Hockey Board for encouraging MHAs to engage with their local First Nations. Having an Indigenous liaison person to help members understand what engagement really means was extremely helpful in understanding how to set up a focus program like this. So thank you for that. We want to thank the Vancouver Female Indigenous Liaison Committee for all their efforts as they made today's recognition possible. We put out a call for volunteers for that, and we were overwhelmed with how many people said they wanted to help. It was an amazing response, and they've done a great job. And we want to thank the Vancouver Female Hockey Board for their enthusiastic support, because when we told them about this, they were all over it. So this was awesome. If I may, I want to just talk a bit about how we got here. What did we do to deserve this award? And it really starts with Dairobi. See, I knew I was going to call you out. Dairobi Paul, he started a program a few years back to help identify and train Indigenous referees as our first effort. He was seeing that there was an obvious lack of officials from the local communities, and he set out to close that gap. And so identified officials within our association, giving them extra training and so on, and really focusing on getting them their skills leveled up. And to help with that, he also offered to the Vancouver Female Board that we should be giving out an annual scholarship to a local Indigenous official on an annual basis, and they could go attend the summer officiating camp with BC Hockey. And that's been an amazing thing. I think we've even given it to members that are not even part of Vancouver Female. We did that this year. So that's amazing. So that was our first efforts, but we really, you saw in the photos, the big thing we've really been doing is the Indigenous Come Try Hockeys. We call Come Try Hockey, we use SO Fun Days, I guess, in BC, but we call it Come Try Hockey, and we invite everybody from the local community to come out and take part. We pair everybody up with our players and coaches, and it's a really great experience. Everybody's got a good time. Everybody walks out with swag. It's amazing. And so we did this for Indigenous-focused try hockey. And usually, because of our boundaries, we will do this with just Vancouver participants, but with this one, we open it up to the Lower Mainland. And so anybody, Indigenous girls that want to come and try out, they can. And we have given the same experience, the swag, the great experience, the great people on the ice, the off-ice volunteers, all that stuff. It's awesome. So that has really driven our efforts. We've seen it in recruiting. We've just seen it in community outreach. It's amazing. So that's really, I think, where we really focus. But just recently, we also put out a call to, as you saw in the video, a local designer from an Indigenous First Nation to come and help us reimagine what the Angels logo looks like. And we're in the middle of that, so that's why the logo didn't show up there. But we do have a really nice design that Deborah Sparrow has done for us. And Deborah Sparrow is a Indigenous designer who worked on the 2010 Olympics. She's very famous, and she wanted to work with us, and we're humbled, and it's an amazing experience to work with that. So we're gonna be putting on that on some jerseys soon, and it's gonna look great. So we're very proud of our connection with our local First Nations, but we're just getting started. This has only happened over the past few years. We're still expanding what we can do with them, and I really look forward to what we can do. So thank you again. Thank you, everybody. This is great.
A beautiful speech and congratulations, and we're just getting started, so I really look to see what we can do moving towards a better relationship and more of a relationship with First Nations in hockey, so that's great. Our next award is the Life Members Executive Award. The Life Members Executive Award is chosen by the BC Hockey Life members to an amateur hockey administrator who has made an outstanding contribution to the development and growth of amateur hockey.
The recipient of the Life Members Executive Award is Roy Sakaki from Salmon Arm Minor Hockey. Over the last 50 years, Roy has become the heartbeat of hockey in Salmon Arm, earning him the nickname Mr. Hockey among locals. Roy has volunteered as a coach, coach coordinator, referee-in-chief, and referee assigner. Roy is also the administrator of Salmon Arm Minor Hockey Association, a role he has held since 2005. In the early 1990s, Roy picked up a whistle and put on the stripes, and 30 years later, he is still officiating. Larry Krause from BC Hockey's officiating program noted that Roy continues to be a tremendous influence on future generations of our officiating members. He is a tireless volunteer who dedicates each season to developing, equipping, and mentoring our young men and women in Salmon Arm. He is the glue that keeps everything running smoothly in Salmon Arm Minor Hockey, a voice of reason on committees, and he has a natural ability to diffuse conflict with great perspective and a big smile. Roy once said that volunteering in hockey is the most rewarding thing you will ever do. When a parent or player comes up and thanks you, that is all the payment you need. Congratulations, Roy.
Bless our volunteers. Please welcome Life Member Bill Ennis and Chair of the Board Stephanie White to present the Life Members Executive Award to Roy Sakaki from Salmon Arm Minor Hockey Association.
Yeah. I'm losing this eye, so I'm a blind ref too. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Bill Ennis, my former UBC Thunderbird alumni. It was nice to receive that call. Thank you, UBC. Nick called me and told me all about this award. And I always believe in hockey, it's building relationships. And when you build relationships, you start trusting each other. And whether they're in Vernon or Kelowna or Winfield, we are all together helping our youngsters. So I thought today I'm going to not talk about reffing or coaching. I'm going to talk about all those people who are in the board role or an administrator. They're the behind the scenes, and they also take a lot of criticism. So I've been involved 50 years, and I started my career when I was first married in Merritt, 3 years. There's no rumor that I dated Noni Miyazaki. And Noni's here. But anyways, I spent the next 47 years in Salmon Arm. And over the years, I've done everything. And you see a lot of outstanding people come in through the board, coaches, or whatever. Being a referee, when you're on the ice, you get a good feel about coaches that you have on the bench, just their dialogue with players. You know, the old days where they yelled at us and made us do push-ups. But if you listen to the coaches and you hear what they say in a real positive way, you know you've got the right people. I say this to coach coordinators out there who select coaches. When you see the young parents come in at U7 and U9, you want them to get used to hockey. It takes a while. And then you start thinking, boy, there's a couple of people that'll be outstanding board members. So you wait a couple years before you ask them. So we all know that we get people saying, oh, you run a terrible program for this or a terrible program for that. And you always end up saying, hey, why don't you come to the next AGM and become a board member, right? We've all said that. But here's an example, and I'll say this. Two of our board members are here today, and Mark Delman and James Ingles, our president. And James came to us from Calgary Minor Hockey, and when he came to Salmon Arm, he said, boy, this is one of the best associations I've been associated with. So then he began coaching at rec hockey, and he won the district championships, and I believe it was in Clearwater. And sure enough, he became a board member, and now he's the president. Hard working. He's still mad at me because that year he won the district championship. He didn't get the Coach of the Year award. You'll get it yet, James. So I just want to say, and his life is busy. He's part owner, and he's part of a group that purchases grocery stores all over Canada. And he's always working on his business. And they're also purchased a pot store, and that was a great highlight of his year. But I think he's stepping down, but all I say is that guy has a future, whether it's through Omaha or BC Hockey. He's got tremendous human resources skills. Mark Delman, always under the gun a lot of times, but his heart is in the game. And I'm proud that Mark and I have built a relationship of trust. I go on to look at Omaha, and I look at the people throughout the valley, the Nicoles, the Steves, the Kevins, the Darla Roys. I can pick up the phone anytime and talk to them, say, hey, what are you guys doing for that? What are you guys doing for this? And we share. We're not hiding anything. We don't want to be better than you guys, but we share. And it's great. And I can only mention people like Noni, Sherry Wakeland, who's been there 100 years like I have, maybe 200. But Sherry, I always tell our young tournament chairs who run U7, U9, U11, U13, that if you have a problem with discipline or what's the suspension for this, phone Sherry. And Sherry will pick up the phone, 7 a.m., 10 o'clock, 2 p.m. Even when she's at Walmart, she'll pick up the phone. Even at 11 p.m., she'll pick up the phone. So the chair this year, taking over from another hardworking and volunteer, Terry Wilson, is Tim Jean-Domenico, and he's here tonight. And I'll tell you the story about Tim. He said to me, Roy, I would like to be part of the board. So I said, great. So he said, how about if I come and observe a board meeting? So he does. Next thing you know, he's the president. So then what happens that there's a team, a recreation team that goes to a tournament in Grand Forks. And it just so happened that the last game, I believe they were maybe shaking hands, and one of our players spit. And the referee of the day thought he was spitting at a player, and the fellow received a match penalty. So what happens that in those days we had paper, and we never had tablets or anything to say, hey, that guy shouldn't be here, he's not on the roster. So that player ended up getting a match penalty, and they found out the coach was using not an AP player, not another recreation, but somehow he picked up a rep player. So that manager ended up, I believe, getting a 6-game suspension. So the first thing Tim had to deal with was his own suspension. He was the manager of that team. I tell you, he learned a lot that year. I just want to also add, at one time, years ago, we all were out on our own there. We were sort of like islands out there. Did we ever think of phoning BC Hockey? Never. And today, just by the relationship you build with BC Hockey, I phoned there 2-3 times. Jacob, he's not here today. Nick, I met Nick just the other day. He phoned me. Just found out that my best friend was his grandpa. We played fastball together. And the Briannas and the Julies, all those people I've seen come up for BC Hockey tournaments, and always you have phone. And Cameron, the best thing is when you phone BC Hockey, a live person picks up that phone. And that person, like Jacob, can give you the answer. And that is so useful for all of us needing that information. And my last story, and it's my favorite story, that this young fellow came from Calgary, and he was going to be our novice goalie. And he walked in the dressing room, and no one had ever seen white goalie pads. But he walked in, white goalie pads, and those pads were actually taller than him. And that was none other than Jeremy Ainsworth, the number 2 guy on the totem pole. I love that guy. And, he reminds me, he said, Roy, when you were coaching, we never won. I told him, when I was coaching, I never won a championship. He says, yeah, I did. So he sends me a picture when he went to a school just outside Salmon Arm, Sorrento, and he sends me this photo about a trophy that big. And it says, Jeremy Ainsworth, Spelling Bee Championship, grade 4, Sorrento Elementary School. Just a wonderful guy. And the last thing about Jeremy, in those days, all the teams, you probably know, the guys have been around long enough, that there was no tiering. I coached in Merritt, the midget team, and coached in Salmon Arm, and we were all thrown in the same pot. You played Kamloops and the Kelownas and the Vernons, and I tell you, it was tough on our kids, but you never shortened the bench, you never did anything, you let them play. And Jeremy was in goal, and he looked at me, and he said, pull me. I said, Jeremy, it's only 23-0. But, I have so fond memories of Jeremy. So all I can say is to everyone, I don't know whether the switch will be turned off at the end of the tunnel, but I enjoy going every day, and I enjoy meeting people. And if anything I can say, build relationships with people. And when you see an old guy like Bill Green, I knew Bill years ago. And, he was a president a few years ago, or chairman, whatever. But I love Bill. And it's great seeing him. Randy, everybody that's here has been great. So all I can say is, people, you've got many great years. I see Kelowna Minor Hockey has a 26-year-old president. My daughter's still in that executive. Take care of her. Good for you. And it's actually Mr. Mitchie's grandson. Hey, way to go. So to everyone, hockey's a great game. And you really want to make sure you look after the kids and they enjoy the game. Winning is not the one thing that's important, and you got to instill that in your coaches. Thank you very much, everyone.
The man, the myth, the legend, Roy Sakaki. I feel like we should sell tickets to have an evening with Roy and just to hear some of his stories over his time in BC Hockey. So, I'm just sitting on every word go on. Such great stories. So congratulations on such a wonderful achievement and providing such love anecdotes that we just got to hear there. The Chair of the Board Award is our next award. The Chair of the Board Award is given to a team, league, association, or individual that has brought honor to the amateur hockey world through outstanding humanitarian endeavors.
The winner of the Chair of the Board Award is Larry Krause. Serving as the minor officiating development facilitator, Larry Krause has spent more than 3 decades dedicated to focusing on the development of officials. Larry's impact is felt across the officiating program of BC Hockey through countless individual supervisions each season. Larry helped lead a branch-wide return to in-person certification for the first time since COVID-19, which included a unique opportunity to include a sign language interpreter for the first time in a super clinic setting. Larry is innovative with his approach to meeting the development needs of every official he engages with. There is likely not an official within BC Hockey today that has not been impacted directly or indirectly by his unmatched leadership. Larry embodies the officiating program's motto of more than dropping pucks, which contributes to the success of many officials both within and outside the game of hockey. While there is no better representative of the officiating program, Larry is truly one of the best ambassadors for BC Hockey in any area of the game. Congratulations, Larry, and thank you for everything you do.
Please welcome back to the stage Stephanie White to present the Chair of the Board Award to Larry Krause.
Well, thank you. I've been very fortunate with a number of you in this room. You've made an impact in my life. You've been a part of my life for 40 years that I've been with BC Hockey. I want to tell a bit of a story, and I know I'm following Roy, so my apologies. This won't take long. There was a minor hockey association that sits at a table in this room, a minor hockey association that invested in an immigrant, a refugee, someone who was sent to Canada for the very first time. And this minor hockey association took this individual into their home and treated him like one of their family. And they gave him an opportunity to be an equipment manager within their minor hockey association. And he took that role incredibly seriously. And that same minor hockey association taught him about service above self, taught him what it looks like to be a leader in a community and to give unselfishly to others. That man was my father, and he brought that home, and he taught us. He taught us how to serve above self. And part of what you heard on that video presentation with Father's Day just a week away is a dedication to him, because it was because of that minor hockey association giving my dad, who was a refugee and an immigrant, an opportunity within their family. So, secondly, you were watching on the big screen just moments ago an individual that was officiating that hockey game. And if you bear with me, that individual, as a 15-year-old, had a tough night. And just down the street at McLaren Arena, he was officiating a hockey game, and he had a coach and a parent who wasn't appreciative of his officiating on the ice. And this 15-year-old named Steven was devastated at the end of the game and expressed to his parents that he was going to quit, that he was finished with officiating at 15 years of age. And there was a man named Brent who still lives here in Penticton. We had a conversation this week. And Brent got a hold of Steven and said, "Young man, you have a bright future in officiating if you stick with it." I want to encourage you, and I want to give you every opportunity to stick with the program. We'll do whatever we can to make sure you're a success. Tonight you saw that young man, Stephen, on the big screen officiating the Stanley Cup Final. He's got more than 1,000 games in the National Hockey League, and he turns 50 this month. That's the power that you have in this room to make a difference in people's lives. Just a word of encouragement can change everything. I want to thank each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Wow, the power to make a difference just by being here and just by encouraging. And as Larry said, just a word can change somebody's path that quickly. Thanks, Larry. We move on to the Diamond Stick Award, and this is presented for outstanding service to hockey for a period of no less than 10 years to any person in the province who has rendered meritorious services to BC Hockey.
The winner of the Diamond Stick Award is Don Freer. Victoria, BC's Don Freer was the second full-time executive director of the BC Amateur Hockey Association, where he served 27 years in the position until his retirement in 2000. Don was responsible for managing the purchase of the association's first office and later oversaw the construction of the current office building. He also oversaw a governance review that BC Hockey undertook in 1985, and the following year was named Volunteer of the Year by Hockey Canada. Don was a member of the national committee that rewrote the Hockey Canada Constitution, bylaws, and regulations. After retiring as executive director, he was elected as an honorary life member of BC Hockey in acknowledgement of his contributions and dedication to hockey in British Columbia and Yukon. Don was named Volunteer of the Year by Hockey Canada in 1986, which is an award that annually recognizes an outstanding volunteer who has contributed to amateur hockey and Hockey Canada. He is now the newest recipient of the Diamond Stick Award. Congratulations, Don.
This is, for everybody that's here, this is one of the most distinguished awards, obviously, that BC Hockey has, the Diamond Stick Award. You have to have put in a lot of service. It's an award for meritorious service over a long term. Rarely given out, only given out to the people that contribute the most to amateur hockey in BC. So, Don, obviously this is something that you earned a long time ago, and thank you for waiting for this Diamond Stick. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm overwhelmed and honored with gratitude to have been selected for the Diamond Stick Award. Thank you all so much for being here to share this occasion. I'm sorry not to be with you this evening, but it would have been my 54th annual general meeting. The first one was in 1962. I am honored to have been executive director for BC Hockey for 28 years. I had the opportunity to serve 13 presidents who gave me great support. I would like to thank Diane, my wife of 59 years, and my two sons, Darren and Dean, and also my family, for their support as I journeyed in hockey, our national sport. Last but not least, thanks to those who made this award possible. I hope the recognition of my award can serve as an inspiration to others. Remember, if my work can make a difference, so can yours. Have a great meeting and a safe trip home. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much, Don. Now, normally this would be the conclusion of our awards gala with the Diamond Stick Award. However, I know you guys are having such a great time here, and you want to stick around for a little while. We're gonna take we're gonna do some more awards, if that's okay. Y'all okay with that? Give me a heads up. Give me a little love here, right? We are going to recognize two individuals that have made immense impact on hockey in BC and Yukon, and these individuals are receiving the highest volunteer order as BC Hockey Life members. You ready? Are you ready? All right, our first Life member has been involved in hockey in BC for over 40 years.
We are pleased to welcome Bonnie Cameron as the newest BC Hockey Life member. Bonnie Cameron has been involved in hockey throughout BC at the association, district, and branch level for over 40 years. After being named a Life member with Pacific Coast Minor Hockey Association in 2018, she is now receiving the highest honor from BC Hockey. Bonnie first became involved in amateur hockey in 1981 as manager of her older son's team at West Vancouver MHA, and subsequently managed her two sons' teams at West Vancouver MHA and Hollyburn Country Club MHA. In 1985, she became West Vancouver MHA's president and served in that capacity for 3 seasons, undertaking a revision of the association's structure, including adoption of a new constitution and bylaws and policy and procedure manual. In 1989, she was elected to the PCAHA executive and served the following 14 seasons in a variety of capacities, chairing virtually every PCAHA committee. In 2001, she was elected to the BC Hockey Executive Committee and continued as the district director for an additional 14 years, ending only when the district director position ceased to exist in 2015. After this, she stayed active with BC Hockey in branch-wide roles such as discipline coordinator and championship playoff coordinator. Bonnie always wants the players to have a great experience and enjoy themselves at championships. Her favorite thing was that they should all have fun. Bonnie joined the PCAHA Scholarship Committee in 1990 and is still involved in the scholarship decisions to this day. Congratulations, Bonnie.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Chair of the Board Stephanie White back to the stage, along with Life member Bill Ennis, to welcome Bonnie Cameron as BC Hockey's newest Life member.
I would just like to thank BC Hockey. I spent a lot of years with BC Hockey and a lot of hours working to make it so that be better for everybody, I hoped. But I really appreciate what all of you are doing in making it more enjoyable for the kids. And when I was working, the kids were the people I was working for, and I still see some of the kids that I saw as little 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds. When you see them and they come up and they say how much fun they had, and how much fun that they're having now with their own children, making exercises, and that'll improve their hockey. So I'd like to thank everybody who has anything to do with hockey, big or little contributions, because it really does make a difference, and it is appreciated by those that you are helping. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bonnie, for those sage words and for all that you've done for hockey in the province. That's just wonderful. Our second and final new BC Hockey Life member has been an important member of the BC Hockey family since 1990.
We are pleased to welcome June McKenzie as the newest BC Hockey Life member. June McKenzie has been an important part of hockey in BC since 1987, when she first got involved with Trail Minor Hockey as a parent. In 1990, she joined the Trail Minor Hockey Executive Committee. Here, she held many positions, including Special Events Coordinator, Division Supervisor, Secretary, Treasurer, and Vice President. In her time with Trail, she chaired several tournaments and BC Hockey Championships. In 1993, she then became involved with West Kootenay MHA and volunteered in various positions such as Statistician, Division Governor, Secretary, and Secretary Treasurer. During her time with West Kootenay MHA, she was also the BC Hockey representative for a female U13 championship in Trail. In 2010, June was elected as the West Kootenay District Director for BC Hockey and continued in this role until the new board structure was adopted in 2015. In 2015, when the new BC Hockey board structure was adopted, she decided not to run for election, and instead, she became BC Hockey's branch coordinator, minor hockey operations, a role she still holds today. June has been a key piece in the growth of hockey in the Kootenays. Thank you for everything you have done for hockey in our province, June, and congratulations on becoming the newest BC Hockey Life member.
Please welcome back to the stage our chair of the board, Stephanie White, alongside Life member Bill Ennis, to welcome June McKenzie as BC Hockey's newest lifetime member. We all need to know before you get into your speech what's with the curling broom. Or is that a curling broom?
It
or?
is a curling broom.
Okay.
This is a bit of a surprise to me. Curling broom that has my name on it and says BC Hockey Life member, because after I retired from work a few years ago, I went back to curling after 40 years. So I spend my time curling now. Thank you very much. This is something that was totally unexpected. I was caught totally off guard when Bill phoned me a couple of weeks ago. I got involved with minor hockey when my then 5-year-old son said, "I want to play hockey, Mom." And 35 years later, I'm still here. And hopefully I'll be here for a few more years because I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy working with the kids, and like Bonnie said, that's kind of where my priority is. Over the years, with Rosslyn Trail Minor Hockey, West Kootenay Minor Hockey, BC Hockey, I've had lots of great support from everybody that I've worked with, and so I would like to thank them all, because without the support I got from everybody, office staff, volunteers, parents, anybody that was involved, I wouldn't be here tonight. So thank you very much.
An award and a curling broom or a sweeper or whatever you call it. I've only played second once in curling, and I just like to throw the thing as hard as I could. So just to, I don't know. Hurry hard. I'm really good at that. I'm good at the curling isms. Congratulations, June, and best to you moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings to a conclusion our banquet tonight for the 2023 BC Hockey Awards banquet. I hope you had a lovely time. I hope you had a nice dinner and really got an appreciation for the people that make things happen in this lovely hockey world and the sports world that we live in. I just want to say a quick thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of your evening today. It's been fun to be here. I invite every award winner to please come up to the stage for a group photo. We'd like to get a group photo for the archives. Everybody enjoy your evening. You can stick around, you can go to the lounge, you can hang out here, you can get home safely, and we'll see you all again next year for celebrating 2024.